Bitcoin hitting 30K. Man. Wow. What's up, DS? What's up, Mark? Yeah, starting the stream a little bit late today. We just didn't have any economic data, so. Let me get some music playing. Tesla gapping up. Market's gapping up pretty heavily. Bitcoin all the way over 30K, which is crazy. But good for Bitcoin, man. I'm happy for it. I don't know if you can hear the music. Microsoft gapping down a little bit, down at 287s. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Good morning, bro. I haven't bought in a month due to fear. What's up, Fights with Friends? What's up, man? Bro, how about that Adesanya knockout, dude? Honestly, I ordered the fights. I order all the fights, right? I love UFC, MMA. Watch it every time I can. I was in Baton Rouge. So I was in Baton Rouge. We were in town for a crawfish boil, right? And I ordered the fights. And I'm fighting with myself to stay awake to watch the fights, right? I get through what was the first fight on the card? Ended up being a knockout. Kevin Holland versus whatever his name was. Watched that KO. Still didn't wake me up enough. So I watched that knockout. And then I just fell asleep. And then I very sad. I was very sad. I woke up and I saw the KO and I was like, I missed it, man. But how about that Adesanya knockout? But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the AI studio headshot scared me. Honestly, bro, they scared my kids, dude. My kids were scared of those things, man. Like I said, I did some new ones that I didn't even say anything about that are a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important for people to understand. Now, again, people are going to act like it's important to, yeah, for sure. It's really important for people to understand that, like, look, if you look back at what I've been saying, I've been absolutely correct about the market itself. You know, I've had the, and again, I saw it today where I saw a relatively big influencer. Like I saw a relatively big influencer post a video yesterday morning. And the video basically was like, aha, see, you know, we were bearish, guys. And like, we knew what we were talking about. Even though the pullback yesterday was relatively small compared to the huge run we made prior to that. Like, if you put up a 10-day chart, like if we put up a 10-day chart right here, the market is wildly green on a 10-day chart. Wildly green. This is a 15-minute chart. We put up a 10-day chart. This is a 10-day chart right here. And so if you put up a 10-day chart, the market is very obviously green on a 10-day period. You can't look at this and then act like short predictions made a week ago were correct. You know what I mean? Like, that's just people grasping at straws, trying to be right. They know. But I saw a relatively big influencer post basically a video, And he's like, yeah, see, the Bears knew, and it's just kind of like, okay. And he made it a little bit too early. So like he made the video here. And then like after he posted the video, the market just kind of regained any weakness it had made prior to that and kept on ripping. Broke highs from the previous, so broke the highs of 410 over where it was prior to that. And so, yeah, man, the market just doesn't care about any of that stuff. Bears trying to act like they've been right over the last 10 days are just grasping at straws. A lot of them just can't admit they were wrong. And again, I'm wrong all the time. Like, listen, I was wrong on Tesla. Very wrong. I thought Tesla was sketchy at $100. Okay. We're all wrong sometimes. But like pretending to be right when you were wrong, it's just kind of like, all right, man. Like most of the time it comes from like selling courses. Like they're selling courses, and so it's like they're very hesitant to admit they're wrong, and so they just kind of try to morph it into some type of way where they could be right. It doesn't matter either way. Yeah, I see Bitcoin over 30K. Great news. Market flying up. CPI tomorrow will be everything, man. It'll be absolutely important. Market closed green today. Yes or no? Vote on that poll. We got that poll live. Dude, has anybody tried to use Dream Studio? Yeah, we'll see what CPI does tomorrow. Hey, Mike, thank you, Fights with Friends. Amazing how much you have grown since I met you. Really happy for you, bro. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Genuinely appreciate the support, man. Yeah, we've kind of pivoted to covering more economic data. Like we trade still. We day trade, we swing trade, we invest. But it's mostly just economic data, brother. I think the economy's just got a bigger audience than like pure day trading. Like I could be another day trading guru. And again, my big thing is like, I don't want to claim to be an expert or a guru or anything like that. I would rather just be free, Can you now hear the music? We're going to do a sound check. Oh yeah, I've tried it. How is it? Bomb. Hey, what's up, Johnny Trades? What's up, man? Yeah, I don't know. Lululemon is actually down. Lululemon has dropped since 2021. It's gone from like 500, 485 down to 360s. So, I mean, I wouldn't really call this the token of health. That, you know, I don't know. I'm just skeptical of it. Again, regardless of what it does short term, and again, I've been very open about this. It might rip up huge short term. They obviously make a lot of money short term, and that's something that I've been very consistent with saying over the last like year. I'm not saying Lululemon's going to be weak anytime soon. And I think that's very obvious. Like they're doing really well. My daughter and wife shop at Lululemon, and so there's no way I would ever call a short on Lululemon right now. But I've said it many times. My guess is that over the next 10 to 15 years, am I going to put my kids' college money into Lululemon? Absolutely not. There's so much better stocks to put them in. Like Lululemon is a fashion company that is almost certain to lose value over the next 10 years, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I think it's a fashion company. It will dwindle down. If you look at historical movement in stocks like this, it's up big now. Some would say it's overpriced now. But it's still doing sales. But it's a brick and mortar fashion store. Those have maybe a 6 to 8 year lifespan generally with regards to interest from consumers. American Eagle, Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch. There's a lot of examples of this. And so I would just be very, very careful if you're holding it long term. Now, short term, this thing might make some big moves, might make some big runs, might break highs, all that good stuff. But if you try to hold it long term as a 15-year investment, there's certainly vulnerabilities there with regards to Lululemon. There's certainly problems there, in my opinion. But until then, we'll see what happens. It might just run up until then. Maybe I'm wrong. It could just keep running up. That's certainly very possible. I don't think I am. I think it's way too early to tell whether I'm wrong on this or not. But I think in terms of inputting, like, okay, if you're going to park your money in something for 15 years, I think there's better things to park your money in than Lululemon fashion company. I just think there's risks, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's see if the SPY holds. Market pulling back a little bit. Yeah. So Tesla, honestly, really solid couple days here. Gap down made a lot of people think it was weak yesterday, and me included. I thought about buying the Tesla dip too, but I just didn't. Bitcoin, man. Is there any news for this? Looking up Bitcoin news. I don't see any really. Is there a reason? Yeah, a lot of people are saying the crypto winter is over. So hey, I hope so. Bitcoin ended up breaking past this late last night. So hey, good for it, man. John, brother, today I'm well over 25K and no longer bound by the PDT. Give me some advice. Um, there we go. Yeah, Bitcoin, man. Is the crypto winter over with, man? Uh, so anyways, Ride, my bad, bro. Let me give you again. You know me, bro. I don't give out advice, dude. I don't even know what advice is. Not professional investment advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything. Don't copy me. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know. All right, just prefacing everything like, yo, do not copy me, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. I might be wildly wrong about everything. With that said and out the way, though, if you got 25K, brothers, there's a lot of options you got now. You can day trade if you want. You can swing trade in a freer way. Now, I'll explain what that means. So you can swing trade in a more free way now. What I mean is like some of my best trades are trades where I think I find big extension in pre-market, where I think there's extension in pre-market, where I think the market is either up or down too much in pre, right? And with that, I usually try to find stuff around the bottom or try to find things around the top. And if it's really extended on the downside in pre-market, I will buy up some blue chips and just give the market time to rebound back up. So if something's dropping big percentages and I don't think it's going to keep going, I might scale into a position there. And then if it's a blue chip that I'm willing to hold as a swing trader, longer term trade, then If it doesn't rebound, I'll just kind of sit on it and let it work and wait for it to rebound potentially. But a lot of the time, what's going to happen in those situations is that at the opening bell that day, whatever blue chip it is going to fill that gap a little bit and it's going to come back up. And, in that situation, you can take half of it off because you don't have the PDT rule. You're not bound by the PDT rule. So you don't have to swing trade it. You can day trade it if you want. And you can get out, or you can cover half and then let the other half sit in a more advantageous position. That's something that I do a lot with regards to day trading and swing trading. I'll kind of morph those two together where I'll do a little bit of everything. And it's just a more freer way to trade, to be honest. And so it works really well. It's something that certainly helped me make money this year. And yeah, it's a more free way to trade. Again, just basing it purely off of extension, because you really have to think about it like, okay, how much is this thing going to keep? Once I see something that's deeply extended, the question I ask myself in my head is, what's the likelihood that this is going to keep going down? Usually that probability is very low. So usually it's not going to just keep falling and falling and falling and falling. Most of the time, if it's a big pullback, it's going to bounce a little bit after that. And so I can kind of take myself into that position and figure out what I want to do with that type of trade. And it works really, really well. But everybody's different. The trading style is different. With regards to day trading, you can day trade the SPY, no commissions. You can day trade, the Q, no commissions. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Beach? John, let me make a poll, actually. London, hey, top 3. Yeah, Elon's acting up on Twitter right now. That's all I'm going to say. Elon's acting up on Twitter. Like, I saw what he made his Twitter handle. Like, bro, Elon, bro, you're a billionaire, sir. You got to grow up a little bit, man. I just imagine he's drunk and he's just kind of like, I'm going to do this. And then he does it. Yeah, definitely top 3. Yeah, well, where'd the Bears go? That's all I'm saying. What happened to the Bears? All right, guys. So again, we're looking at Tesla. Tesla just a little bit too high for me to want to buy it right now. And I said that yesterday, and I still feel the same way yesterday. It's just a little bit too high. If I'm gonna, the only time I'm gonna start being interested in buying Tesla is if it pulls back to like 160, 170 maybe. Then I might consider it. But up here at 187s or so with CPI tomorrow, I'm just gonna be very careful with regards to like what I'm paying for today. I just don't trust anything enough to really. Because Stewart, the most that you can write off with capital gains, I believe, is 3,000. And so you might have lost money, Stewart, but the most you can write off with regards to trading losses, I believe, is 3,000. Um, but again, ask your CPA brother, not an investment professional. Yeah, so $3,000 tax loss carryovers, according to Google. And again, I am not a CPA, not a tax professional, not liable if you do something wrong and the IRS comes for you. Not my fault. Don't come at me. All right, I didn't do it. But yeah, $3,000 tax loss carryover. If your net losses in your taxable investment account exceed your net gains for the year, you will have no reportable income from your security sales, and you may then write off up to $3,000 worth of net losses against other forms of income, such as wages or taxable dividends and interest for the year. So yeah, you can only claim 3K, as I thought. You can roll losses forward, taking 3K every year. Yeah, I didn't know that. Uh, yeah, I really didn't know that. But hey, cool, man. All right, guys. SPY up to 410.50s, 410.50s. Tesla at 187s. Bitcoin at 30.3. So Bitcoin making a huge run right now. Huge run. Um, all right, so I've got Dream Studio. Let's see how much I can use this thing. I need a picture of myself here. Didn't I upload one to Discord? Let's try it. I think I sent one to Pawn. Let me see if I did or not. But yeah, so we got a video breaking down CPI and all that stuff later on today after the stream. There we go. We're just going to have to use this one. Save image. John. Selfie. All right, that works. We're trying this Dream Studio editor. Does it really cost $333 every time we do it? What? Why is this not one? Where does it send it? All right, guys. So yeah, Tesla down at 186.40s. I could buy Tesla on a little dip for a day trade. We'll see if it works. Whoa. Did I just miss something, or is that? Okay, yeah. All right. No, don't bounce, man. I want to buy it before you bounce, sir. Dang it, man. Dude, I'm pretty good with these little dip buys, but like, I'm just a little bit late. By the time I recognize the dip, it bounces back too soon, man. Again, I called it. I was trying to buy this. Just slightly missed it. Just slightly missed it. I think it's a little bit too late right now. I think it probably will still move up, but I think the edge is a little bit smaller now. And so in that regard, just kind of slightly missed it. All good. We'll see what happens. I'll give it some time. But yeah. Please verify your email before logging in. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, guys. So here's another pullback. So we'll go ahead and buy it now. We got 25 shares of Tesla here. There we go. All right, let's log in. Right, so we're up a little bit here. We bought the dip. We'll see if the SPY bounces too. Bitcoin's still ripping up there. SPY at 410s right now. Part of me thinks we could bounce because we have been dipping down, and I could add a little bit more to this, but generally I got to be careful. All right, so we're down a little bit. So I did this. And it sent me the same pictures. That didn't work. All right, so I guess we'll sell this. I'm going to add up a little bit more. We're in 50 shares. See if the SPY bounces at 410. Maybe we should have bought the SPY instead of Tesla, but it's all good. Yeah, I'm trying this Dream Studio. It didn't work. All right, so there we go. Getting a little bit of a bounce back. We added to it. We're at 186.20s is our average. So we're actually not that far from being break even. All right, so we're pretty flat now. Bro, what the heck, man? None of these work. Is it just the image? Oh, man, this thing costs money, dude. I don't want to pay over and over again. All right, so we're actually green on this trade here. Hey, I'll take it. I'm gonna take a little piece off just so like we're running into the 200 EMA. There is a chance that we could reject there. So I'll just let the rest sit, I think. All right, so we're green though. We'll give it time to bounce back a little bit or what, but we are slightly green on this now. I'll take it. Bro, I just clicked on this. Okay. All right, so now we're pretty flat on the day, and that's all right. Bro. There we go. Dude, so I did this AI picture thing. I'm trying to see if I can create my own headshots. Some of the headshots came in yesterday. My daughter affectionately referred to some of them as, quote, John the Poet. Let's look at it. All right, so here is my headshots from yesterday. You want to see these are the updated ones. I showed the stream these yesterday. We are green on our Tesla dip buy here, just to put it in perspective. We did buy the dip. We added a little bit to it. See, what they did, the problem that they did is that they made my eyes smaller. Apparently, maybe I was squinting in the picture, and so they made my eyes smaller. That's what my daughter said was the problem, is that like my eyes are the wrong part. Like my eyes are bigger than this. But that's okay, because some of these are all right. I'll still probably use some of these I'll still probably use some of these in business because some of them are not bad. I mean, my hair's kind of crazy there, but like it's not bad. But they made my eyes too small is the problem. My eyes are just a little bit smaller. Like, look at this one. Where's John the Poet? Here he is. Here's John the Poet, affectionately given by my daughter. Poet John, you know. This one's okay. But again, my eyes are just a little bit too small. That's the problem. My eyes are just a tad bit too small here. Well, thanks. I didn't understand why they didn't give me the full 3K, and I know that I've got there are 3 or 4 years left to write off the other 3K. Yeah, got you. All good. What is the best place to park the money and use it as a trading vehicle daily as a retirement account IRA? Ask your tax accountant, brother. Bitcoin to the moon. Yeah, Bitcoin flying up. What's up, Just? Yeah, CPI tomorrow. Well. Steve Jobs, John? Yeah, hey. On the last one, the one with the turtleneck. Yeah, maybe. Dynamite. Yeah, that poet, John the Poet, bro. That's what my daughter named it, affectionately, John the Poet. Dad, she said Poet Daddy is what she called it, but like that's all right. There's more too. There's so much more. Like, look, there's more poets too. Hold on, let me find it. We started naming them because some of them just don't look anything like me. You know, like I would joke around and be like, "Who is this man right here?" Because that ain't me. You know. Like some of them look like me, but like look at this man right here. This definitely is not me. This is Little League Coach Bill, is what we named him, I think, yesterday. Little League Bill. Car salesman Bill, getting ready to sell me a Toyota in a heartbeat, Got the best RAV4 dealership in the world right now. Because that's not me. Tesla pull it back a little bit. We're kind of break even now, so we are kind of flat here. I'm gonna give it time to bounce at this low area. I am gonna give it time to bounce, and again, we'll see if it does. Oh, the market's not closed today. Today's Tuesday. Oh yeah, there were definitely a few liberties taken with my face. That's not even the worst one. Like, some of these are all right, you know, but some of them are just kind of like, who is that man right there? Because that is not me. Like, this guy, we affectionately named him Patty O'Rourke. You know, it was either Patty O'Rourke or it was like Sam Guillory, I think is what we named him. It was something like that. It was some Irish name is what we gave him because he looks Irish. He's got the red beard. I got a little bit of red in my beard from my Irish roots, I guess. But I don't have that much. My whole beard's not just straight red, you know. So that's a old Samuel Guillory over there. There's other ones too. Look at this. Look at this man right here. All right, so we're back green at Tesla. Who is this guy? Some of them look like me, but some of them just don't. And that's all right. I've kind of been making fun of these for days now. So sorry if it's getting a little played out. It's just hilarious. You can tell the eyes are what gave him problems. Like, some of them look like me. All right, so we are actually very nicely green in our Tesla dip. Not super nice. I mean, we're up $10, but it green enough for me here. Like, this one could probably get away with looking like me, but it's still kind of, it's still just a little bit off. You know? Because it said it needed 10 to 20 selfies. And like, I don't have 10 to 20 selfies. So I just kind of walked, I woke up one morning and then I just started taking random selfies of me. But I didn't even realize. Some of these aren't bad, but they're certainly not good. And apparently there's a site. I got to figure out the site that allows you to do this though. So where these came from is an AI generator. So these came from an AI generator. So like, so in real estate, like I said, the last headshot that I got in real estate was like, was like 10 years ago. And so it's been like almost 10 years since I had done a headshot. And so what I looked like in my old headshot was hilarious. Like, if you want to see, so I certainly wasn't about to use that picture because I look about 18 years old in that picture. And so when I went to go get another headshot, I didn't feel like having to, you know, do all that stuff. And so I just ended up doing these AI headshots. And again, some of them came out all right. Like, I might use this one. But a lot of them were just not good at all. But we're pumping up on Tesla. So we bought that dip. We're going to take a little bit more off here. Lock in profit and just let the rest ride now since we're green enough. Unless we start to just really break down. Mid-journey. You have to pay for it. Yeah, I've been looking at ways to do it myself, but All right, I'm on Midjourney's Discord. How do I do it? How do I do it? Somebody help me out here. I'm looking up how to do it. I don't see anywhere to do it. All right, guys. So yeah, Tesla up there. Again, still holding a little piece. Green on the day. I might go ahead and take another 5 shares off. We caught the dip like we wanted. We've effectively scaled out now. Waiting for the market to do something. SPY pull it back though. So the SPY has been dipping down some here. Down to 410s or so right now. Yeah, but I mean, you can call it a fad, Rick. But I mean, I think it's so self-evidently not a fad. Like, okay, let's look at a couple ways that AI has already changed. Like, regardless of just base opinion, like, let's look at a couple ways that AI has changed productivity already to a certain extent. People aren't paying for headshots anymore, bro. Like, honestly, like, I've got a lot of real estate friends. I don't know any of them that have actually paid a photographer to come out and take a picture of themselves over the last 6 months. Okay. Almost all of them are doing AI headshots. All of them are. Okay. So it has changed an entire industry in that regard, which is a big industry. Like real estate photography is huge, right? Not only that, but that's going to trickle into specifically not just AI headshots of photos of real estate agents. It's also going to trickle into like taking pictures for listings. You know, so like say you're a real estate agent, right? And you get a listing. You can hire a photographer to come out and take updated pictures and then edit those pictures, or you can submit those pictures to AI and have AI make them perfect within 20 seconds and then list those pictures, right? It's gonna change productivity in industries, and it already has. And it's not really even arguable because it already has, obviously. Like again, the fact that for $20, it sent me 80 headshots, or maybe not 80, it might have been like 50 or 60 for $20 is pretty significant. And again, it saved me some time. And yeah, they weren't all perfect. Some of them looked nothing like me, and it was hilarious. But the point is, they're changing productivity in a lot of different industries, you know. So DK, I used Try It on AI. And again, I'll show you a lot of them. A lot of them are not good, but they're hilarious. That one kind of looks like me, but they added wrinkles, which I'm not really excited about. But like, you know, you just got to make sure if you submit your pictures to them, you got to make sure they're good pictures because, again, my pictures were not great, and they came out hilarious. I sent them one picture just to put it in perspective. I only sent them those one picture, but some of them are genuinely solid pictures. You know, like some of them are just good. Now, not all of them, of course, but I don't know if that's necessarily like a reasonable expectation. Poet John. So yeah, this was Try It on AI is what this was. Yeah, and I think the people who call it a fad, honestly, at this point in time, I think, and no offense, again, this is just my own opinion, but I think a lot of them They started calling it a fad months ago when it first came out. And then it completely changed the game for a lot of different industries, right? And instead of being like, hey, maybe I was wrong about AI being a fad, they're just kind of holding on to that and refusing to budge and just kind of staying stubborn with it. And I get it. Like, people want to be right. I understand. But I think when you look at it in terms of how much it's changed all these different industries at this point in time, like programming, especially headshots, pictures, images, productivity, just images. I'll put it this way. AI is going to make photographers less needed is the biggest way to understand this. It's going to make photographers less needed. You don't need to hire a photographer, an editor, a digital art creator. Like, you don't need any of that anymore, to be completely honest. Like, I've had a lot of people be like, yo, my brother, sister, cousin, uncle, whatever, was a digital art creator, and now they haven't gotten a job in months, because people don't need to go to them anymore. They can just hire AI to do it. And so it certainly is going to change productivity. It's one of the reasons, if you look at Microsoft here, so Bitcoin flying up. It's one of the reasons, if you look at Microsoft, even with the drops it put in this morning, one of the reasons Microsoft has been on just a tear lately. It's gone from 213s back in November all the way up to 290. It's been on an absolute tear. One of the reasons is because it owns ChatGPT at this point in time. And that's a big asset for them. So something to pay attention to for sure. So AI is going to destroy NFTs? Not necessarily. But I think you'll start to see a lot more AI NFTs versus creator-drawn NFTs. So I think you're going to, and you already are. You see like squiggles or squibbles or whatever they're called. These are AI art. You're going to see a lot more AI art in NFTs than you are going to see like human drawn art. Credit Suisse. And Credit Suisse at 90 cents. Starting to rebound here. Again, we'll see what happens there. SPY down. We're still in Tesla. We made a little bit. We're just kind of riding it up here now. I'm going to give it time to bounce back fully, but it is leading the market to a certain extent. Definitely, I make artwork, and I've seen a huge decrease in revenue. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like, people don't, like, again, I've had a lot of people that came here and called AI a fad. And I've argued with them every time, because I think that's just a silly thing to say now. I think if you're calling AI a fad, you're not looking around objectively, because again, and it's all love here, regardless of whether we disagree on this particular matter. It doesn't matter too much to me. It's all love here. We get good conversations to have. But again, you look around, writing as a whole, specifically, I'll tell you the niche too. Nonfiction writing is going to be fundamentally changed forever now. Absolutely changed. The fact that you can have AI write complete books. Now, fiction will always be okay to a certain extent. I'm sure AI is going to catch up to that as well. But fiction, you need a person's touch to make it right. But nonfiction writing, tutorials, nonfiction writing of all sorts is going to be fundamentally changed forever now. And that's an important thing to look at objectively now, because again, you're missing out on the next big thing with regards to AI. Steve says, quote, "It's alarming to watch my marketing copywriter friends posting about how great GPT is at writing advertising copies. Like there's a training coming and they can hear the whistle." 100%, dude. Have you seen the AI created music videos or animations? Oh, damn, dude. Yeah. My mid stock just went over a penny per share for the first time. No, man. I don't call anything a mid cap until it breaks like 10 $10 a share on the upside, as well as has the market cap to justify being called a mid cap. It's not about price per se, it's about market cap. There's no rates today. Okay, well, so like some of the cool ones are crypto related. So like look at AI crypto. So Heavy says, where are you parking your money? There's a lot of options, to be honest. One of them is AGIX crypto. This is the 6-month chart for AGIX crypto. It's gone from basically 3 cents a share, 3 cents a token, all the way up to 41 cents. So look at that appreciation here. So AI crypto can be big. Microsoft, obviously big. Google coming out with Bard, that could be big. And so where you want to park your money depends, but I've got my money spread out in a bunch of different ones. Yeah, tomorrow is CPI, not today. Anybody know any AI editors, like video editors? I'd love for AI to edit my videos if they can. I'm looking for an editor, and if AI can do it for me, all the better, bro. You can give AI some of your music, and it'll create custom scenery and objects that go with the music and words that are sung. Oh, that's crazy, man. Yeah, for sure, V. Yeah, there's certainly risk in that regard, but we're still in Tesla. Tesla is trying to hold, but I might just go ahead and cut this and get out. Small little gain there. I mean, the market's just turning too much, so we got out of a little bit of. We got out slightly green on the trade, and that's all right. We'll take it. But Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin up to 30.3s. Yeah, any AI editors is what I'm looking for right now. Where's the list? Just Yeah. Yeah, today's the last slow day, honestly, until tomorrow. Tomorrow, chaos starts, and it's not going to stop for weeks. Tomorrow is chaos, and then again, it's not going to stop for weeks. I'm excited about it. Tomorrow, we got CPI, we got Fed minutes. Thursday, we got jobless claims, PPI. Friday, we got bank earnings. Next week, we got Tesla, Netflix earnings, and then that just keeps on going. Keeps on going. What I'm hoping they do with this specific earnings season is that I'm hoping that we don't have freaking. I'm hoping that we don't freaking have Apple, Amazon, and Google earnings all the same day. Who the freak is planning this out, man? Like, why would you want to put that? Like, number one, why would you gonna want to make the market so momentum heavy on one specific day? What's up, Sammy? Yeah, I could ask Bing which was best. Yeah, let me try it out. I have Bing too, so I have the Bing AI. All right, yeah, so I have it. Asking it right now, what is the best AI editor? There are many AI editors available for different purposes, photo, video editing. Synthesia? It says Synthesia. All right, so we're trying out business email. This is talking about a business email. Try this one. Asking for a freaking business email. Yeah, well, I don't know, guys. I'm looking up Synthesia right now. I don't know. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Just. Yeah, SPY pulling back a little bit, market pulling back a little bit now. But again, such a big green day yesterday. I don't think it matters too much. Okay. Market's trying to bounce a little bit now. Bitcoin's still pulling back a little bit. Um, Market broke under that previous closing price, which is a relevant spot here. So you can see we broke under that previous close, that light blue line. Yeah, I mean, market's been ripping up over the last 10 days. I think that's justifiable to call it, to say the market's ripping, Uh, it varies though. Again, right now, again, the last couple, every quarter, well, we get what I call dead time, which is just a lot of streamers like in my niche, they only stream the big data. So like the last couple weeks has just been slow. Any economic data that was big that we got, any economic data that was big happened when the market was closed last Friday. Aside from that, we haven't had any big data release in weeks. And so today is the last day of the dead time. And after today, it starts a crazy couple weeks of market volatility, interest, and data. So again, tomorrow, CPI, 8:30. We're streaming the whole thing live. We're going to post a video detailing what we got going on tomorrow. We also have the Fed minutes report dropping at 2 p.m. on the dot tomorrow as well. Very big report, very relevant report. We're going to cover that tomorrow. We're going to put a video detailing what to look for, kind of how to find this stuff, all that good stuff. And again, very volatile day tomorrow. And then the next day, so Thursday, we got PPI, another pretty big relevant day where we're going to get a lot of interest in the market there. PPI comes out. And then Friday, we got bank earnings. So we've got all these huge bank earnings dropping Friday. Next week, we've got earnings and we got more economic data. So like Friday, I believe we have retail sales as well. Let me make sure. But I believe Friday we have retail sales this week as well. So we just got a lot of stuff this week. This is like this. So this is definitely the come down period of economic data. And next week we've got retail, or Friday. Yeah, Friday we have retail sales, Michigan consumer sentiment and expectations. But yeah, Friday we got stuff, retail sales data, big data, relevant data. We'll watch it. We'll cover it. And then next week is not a slow week necessarily as well. In terms of maybe economic data, it might be a little bit slower. Let me see. But it certainly ain't slow with regards to like stuff that's dropping. Yeah, so economic data Monday, quiet. Tuesday, building permits, Canadian CPI, housing starts. Yeah. Wednesday of next week, we got England CPI, so GBP CPI. We've got European CPI. Thursday, we've got home sales, the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index next week. So next Thursday. And then next Friday, not the movie, we've got manufacturing PMI data. But that's excluding the big earnings that we've got going on next week. So outside of all that stuff, we do have some important earnings coming out next week. So this week, a little bit quiet, except for Friday. Tesla bouncing all the way back up. SPY still trying to break down some right now. So the SPY still down at 409.50s. Tesla at 186. All right, so yeah, so next week, let me look at next week here. Next week, I know we have big earnings. So next week, we have Monday, we kick it off with Carlisle, Charles Schwab, Bank, M&T Bancorp, State Street, State Street, JB Hunt, Pinnacle, Remark, FB. Tuesday, Bank of America, Bank of New York, Commerce, Bankshare, Ericsson, Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, earnings, Mercantile. In the evening, we've got First Horizon, Netflix. All right, so Tuesday of next week, we got Netflix and United Airline earnings. That's big. Wednesday, we've got Abbott, Ally, Baker Hughes, Citizen, Morgan Stanley, NASDAQ in the morning. And then in the evening, Equifax. We got some other ones too, I think. Tesla. Oh, yeah. So Tesla confirmed for Wednesday, the 19th. So Tesla earnings Wednesday, which is probably one of the biggest earnings reports that we'll get. And this is next week. Thursday, a bunch of stuff in the morning. Blackstone, Berkshire, Bank of Cali, AutoNation, AT&T. And then in the evening, I don't know if we got anything big. Thursday or Friday evening. Friday, yeah. But Monday of the following week, just a big week. Coca-Cola, Garrett Motion, Royal Phillips, Bank of Hawaii, Bank of Marin. In the evening, we've got Aaron's. It's alphabetical. I want to make it the most popular. Let's look at popularity. There we go. FRC earnings, guys. So we got First Republic earnings on the 24th, Monday the 24th. Very relevant right now with all the banking stuff going on. First Republic earnings. Tuesday after that, we got UPS, Verizon, GM, McDonald's, GE, Pepsi. In the evening, we got Visa, Chipotle, Texas Instruments. So yeah, earnings season starts again. Meta earnings on the 26th, Thursday, we've got Snap earnings, Intel. So we got some stuff. SoFi, Logitech. Look at Tesla all the way back up to 186s here. So let's see if we actually hold that spot. Who thinks we're in a new bull market? I don't know. If AI does what I think it does, removes most of the jobs, that will make businesses do bigger profits, internet data, and will boost all economies and markets. Yeah, well, it's certainly going to impact productivity. Like, without question, it's going to impact productivity. Now, how much? We don't know yet, but at the very least, again, I think we're going to start to see jobs getting phased out with regards to photography first. I think we're going to see writing and photography jobs, specifically art jobs, creative jobs being phased out first, right? So it's going to be digital art creators. They're going to be completely done by AI, basically. Like, nobody's going to need to pay, like, even logo design. You know, I think eventually AI is going to create logos. I think that's eventually going to get phased out. Writing nonfiction products specifically is going to be phased out as well, clearly. And so there's a lot of stuff to watch, but all right. Love you. Have a good day, guys. Love you, buddy. Love you too. Have a good day, man. You all right? Yeah, it's cold. All right. Love you guys. All right, guys. So, yeah, Tesla at 186s, Bitcoin at 30.2s. I'm a bear today, but long term, I think there's a big possibility for a crazy bubble. Maybe. All right, Tesla rejecting at the 200 EMA volume weighted average price level. We called that level here, guys. So we called that level. Wow. Oh my gosh, dude. Ugh, what is that? Anyways, Tesla rejecting at the 200 EMA. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff's in trouble, honestly, with AI, including Adobe. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna wipe us out. I don't think it's that point, because like AI can't think for itself. You know, let's just be honest here. It can't think for itself. It's most likely tree structured algorithms that are helping productivity, but it's not like there's some being behind it. That's kind of, again, I think that sensationalizes it to a certain extent. All right, guys. So yeah, so again, we're up a little bit in Tesla today. We bought a little bit right now. AMC, a lot of people still talking about AMC at 524. Good for it, man. Hopefully it runs. We'll see. Where you guys think Bitcoin? Does Bitcoin hold today? Is the question. Not yet, but it can solve. Yeah. So, yeah, there's just some really interesting stuff here with regards to AI at. Dude, I don't want Anna to do it. Dude, I don't want this. This is not what I want. Ugh. So it's like some of these AI things look good, but like I don't want a pretend person. Like I just wanted to edit my natural video. Let's see if it works. All right, but yeah, market's right around that previous closing price. How did you hear about us? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to use Capwing, but has anybody used Capwing video editing? But yeah, AMC back up over the previous close. So it's trying to get up there. Yeah, well, bank earnings, a lot of them come out Friday. Roblox. All right, guys. Bitcoin pulling back to 30.2s, 30.2s. CPI tomorrow. Yeah, CPI very relevant tomorrow. CPI is huge. What's up, Shepard? Yeah, I'm looking at Capwing. I don't know if that's like the best AI. I have to look this up before I pay for it. Capwing's asking me to pay for it before it really shows me what it is. So I just don't know if I'm going to do that yet. Um, uh, all right, guys. So SPY battling that previous closing price. Bitcoin still had a huge run. AMC, guys, up to 530s here. Look at AMC run. 530 right now. Still making that pop. Again, we'll see if it actually holds these levels here. Yeah, well, what happened to Michael Burry's crash here, bro? That's what I'm saying, man. Listen, people hated on me. They called me a, all this different stuff. And like, I think time kind of showed that like sometimes experience is better than sensationalism. And I'm not saying Michael Burry's not experienced. He obviously has way more experience than me. What I'm saying though is that I was obviously correct about the market itself. Market's back up to 410s. Regardless of this little slump in pre-market today, market's been flying up. And so I guess the point is like people who scream crash are usually the more emotional traders, in my opinion. People who are like, we're going to crash now, sell now, do this now. They're usually the more emotional traders that, they get pulled in all these different directions from like other influencers who are basically just yelling crash every day. As well as like some political bias, in my opinion, I think plays a factor there. I think when you combine all of that stuff, some of them just think we're going to crash every day. And again, I'm not saying we're not going to crash, but I just, again, I've said it many times before. I just don't like pressure. I don't like anybody pressuring anybody to do anything. And so I certainly don't like people coming out and being like, yo, we're going to crash today. Yeah, and maybe we do fall, guys. I'm not saying we don't crash. I guess what I think is more likely is not necessarily a crash, but more so a recessional pullback. Um, well, we started the stream a little bit later today. Bitcoin will lead the bull run. It's also bad that sooner than later they were right, and they think they were right all along. I was just a bit too early. Yeah, for sure. That's kind of how it goes, man. Again, a lot of people have been calling a crash for the last 6 months, and market's been mostly pushing up since then. So, I'm not even mad. I think the market is mostly filled with ego, and I think you have to be egotistical to a certain extent if you want to do well in trading. You have to have an ego. You also have to admit you're wrong, but I think in that regard, like you have to. I think you have to have an ego about your own trading system and your own, opinions in the market, especially if you're on YouTube. Few stocks control the market. Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. All right, guys. Trading about experience, and it always plays out the same bear markets. Yeah, but I mean, I think the more experienced you get in trading, it's kind of the Dunning-Kruger effect in that regard, where it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you don't know what that means that basically the people who think they know exactly what's going to happen are usually the most wrong, because smart people understand how little they know and how less of a for sure thing the market is, if that makes sense, right? So again, smart people understand that nobody really knows what's going to happen with regards to the market. People who say they know for sure are usually, again, from my experience, the least accurate people. Now, again, I'm not saying you can't look at economic data and fundamentals and then try to predict a market crash. I'm not saying you can't do that. You're always betting it off of probabilities in that way, of course. But you never know for sure is the overarching point I'm trying to make. And I think it's important to look at it like that, because Again, nobody knows. Um, yeah, the more you know how little you know. And I think I think I've always said this about the Dunning-Kruger effect is that, so, when they do when they interview people in which the interview is not anonymous, right? So when they interview people in which the interview is not anonymous, where people know who they are, I think that smart people also understand. Here's an example, right? I saw a Jubilee video. In the Jubilee video, basically interviewed all these different people, right? And they were going to test their IQ, but they had people rank each other on how smart they thought the person was in order. And then afterwards, they had them take an IQ test, and they showed you the correct order that the people should be lined up as with regards to intelligence. And the Dunning-Kruger played a huge, was very relevant to that experiment because, again, the girl that was like, yeah, I don't think this guy's very smart. I've got a PhD and like I've done all this stuff. She was actually at the very bottom of the intelligence ranking once she took the IQ test, right? And the person who was like, hey, I don't know how smart I am. I'm not going to tell you guys where to rank me. I don't know who's smart here and who's not. That person was the most intelligent on the list. And so I think when you have to look at it in that way, I think you have to understand that smart people understand how bad it looks to overestimate your intelligence. I think smart people understand that it's not a good look to claim to be the smartest, best guy ever. I mean, I'm definitely top 3 greatest looking traders in the world right now, for sure, top 3. But smart people understand that that it looks bad, and so I think smart people know how smart they are to a certain extent, but I also think they understand that it looks bad to claim to be super smart, right? And they always could have a bad test, they could have a bad run, they could get some wrong, and then it kind of turns on them. And so I guess the point is, smart people think about things deeply before that happens, and I think the people who are in that experiment that are just like, yeah, I'm smart, they're not thinking about it critically in that regard, to where they're not thinking about what would happen if they took that IQ test and they came in last, yet beforehand they were all talking about how they're the smartest people ever. Again, smart people are going to think critically about that beforehand and not put themselves in that predicament, I think, is an important way to look at it. And I think another aspect of the Dunning-Kruger is anonymity, and so yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was funny. B. I don't know necessarily about teachers getting it wrong with students. I think that one of the things, look at AMC ripping up. It's at 540s right now. 540s. I know. I know when I was young, right? And my son's the same way. And again, I've talked about my son a lot before here, and so I don't want to, like, I'm proud of my son, okay? But like, my son's got ADHD, combined presentation, bad impulse control. But we had him take an IQ test when he was young, and he got pretty high on that IQ test. It was over 120 for my son's IQ. And I'm not going to say, I took one when I was young. I'm not going to say what mine was, but I had a similar experience as a kid, so I just had bad ADHD, hard for me to concentrate, hard for me to focus. If I'm not interested in something, it's incredibly difficult to get me to focus into that. And my son's the same way. And so I think in school, I think ADHD plays a huge factor. And I think generally it's difficult for some people to do schooling, and that doesn't necessarily relate to intelligence completely. I mean, it certainly plays a factor there, but it's not a direct correlation, if that makes sense. I think sometimes people are just really good at, some people are just really decent test takers, and of course that contributes to intelligence, but I don't know. Point is, I think ADHD plays a factor, and so sometimes the worst students are just students who can't pay attention, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not intelligent people. you know. Anyways, SPY bouncing back. It's at almost 410 again. It broke back over the previous closing price. Yeah, perfect 100 IQ. Yeah, that's me. 99. No, I'm just joking. It wasn't 99. Yeah, market back technically green. Tesla's still pushing over the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price. Yeah, definitely top 3 IQ in the world. Optimistic today? Not necessarily. Right, exactly. That's the easiest way to put it. It's not very smart to pretend to be smart straightly to anyone or to be right if you are not absolutely sure. Like, and I think that's what that experiment on Jubilee showed is that like smart people understand how bad it would look if they were wrong and they think critically ahead of time about that. The less intelligent people don't think about it in that regard and so put themselves in a pretty rough, embarrassing position on social media in that way. And I think that's something that's very clear from that. But yeah, I think ADHD helps me in to a certain extent. I think if I'm really interested in something, I hyper focus onto it. And so I've always used that to my benefit. I think that works really well because I become borderline obsessive about that specific thing. And yeah, you can use that to your benefit sometimes, but it's certainly a pros and cons thing. But yeah, so Tesla at 187s. AMC at 530s, SPY at 409s, 410s, Tesla at 187s. Tesla rip it up. I should have held my position here. I made a little bit from it, but man, should have held it. And it's all good. It's testing highs right now. It's kind of helping drag the market up. If we look at like Apple per se right now, or Apple or something like that, Apple at 161s, gapping up a little bit, but certainly not leading the market. So Tesla's definitely helping the market right now. Microsoft's gapping down. To put it into perspective, Microsoft gapping down. Apple is gapping down still. Walmart's gapping up slightly, but yeah, so Tesla is essentially dragging the market up a little bit right now. So that's good. Tesla popping up to 187.20s. We'll pull it back a little bit. I could buy the dip in Tesla again. I think I'm going to. I'm going to buy this dip right now. Small dip. We got a little cushion that we can work with, and we'll see what happens. The SPY still at the VWAP here. So we'll see if that holds. AMC, rip it up. Bitcoin flying up today, too. So super interesting market today. A lot of bull action and stocks. All right, so we got a nice little confirmation in Tesla, nice little rip back up. We had a little bit of slippage in terms of fill, and we're slightly green so far. We'll see if it works, but small trade. Do you trade Boeing? Not right now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about AMC. I know one thing, the ape community is saying the run is back, mother of all short squeezes and all that stuff. Is the dollar index particularly volatile today? It's gapping down heavy amount, but slowed down a little bit recently. All right, SPY over the volume weighted average price. It's a positive sign. How come you didn't buy Tesla yesterday when it hit 176? I don't know. I just didn't want to. How come I didn't buy Amazon 20 years ago? You know. Tried to take 10 shares off here. We'll see if we get filled. No fill. Tried to get filled at the top, but it's all right. We'll let it work. Sorry, bought my mic. We'll let it work a little bit. Any thoughts on Coinbase? Coinbase should be doing really well, I'm assuming, this morning, right? Yeah, Coinbase up to almost 70. So Coinbase is still doing okay. All right, so we're able to take 10 shares off just now, and we'll hold the 15 shares left. So but yeah, Coinbase doing great. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of AMC. Not a huge trade though. We'll let Tesla run now. Dollar index breaking under the 200 EMA still. Tesla testing that little previous high of the day level. Or no, it's not the previous high of the day. I'm sorry. Previous highs of the day up there at 187.80s or so, almost 188s. We're going to hold as long as we need to. I mean, we already scaled out a little bit, which is what I try to do. I try to take a very quick profit first on these, and then I'll be a little bit more loose with the rest of it afterwards. Yeah, I'm going to change this music. Where's the music? I'm sure you guys probably would appreciate that, right? Some of it's all right, but... CPI data is tomorrow. Life is a journey. It's tomorrow. Dollar index starting to move back over the 200 EMA here. That might be relevant to market activity. Look at the Dixie here. It did pop back over the 200 EMA. All right, there's Tesla rip. Again, we'll let it sit here. See if we start testing highs. That'd be nice. See if it drags the market back up. But yeah, we'll stream the CPI data, of course. All right, Tesla's still moving up. Dixie just popped up pretty quickly, though. This might influence the Tesla stock, the SPY stock to the negative. But look at the Dixie here. Dixie moving up to 102s, 102.19s. Very big move here, right around the open for the Dixie, but very big move. We'll see if it continues, but... Forgive me for a second. I'm going to mute this. I'm looking at an AI created video. All right, look at Tesla. Tesla still ripping up over 187s. CPI is expected to come in anywhere between 5.2 and 5.5% on the year, about 0.4% on the month. Yeah, so Capwing actually looks kind of cool here. Just depends on how well it actually edits for me. I don't need another Google, or I don't need another project like this. So I don't need another editor, I guess. Yeah, so it kind of moves CPI 0.2 month over month expected. I mean, it varies, Nars. So it's different depending on the analyst you look at, man. I get a lot of people that, for whatever reason, they argue about expectational numbers, and I'm not saying you're doing that, but like I get a lot of people where I'm like, hey, CPI is going to expect it to come in at 0.4 or 0.2 or whatever it is. Honestly, it varies depending on where you look. According to Market Watch, expectations are 0.4% for CPI data. So again, it really depends on where you look. There's a bunch of different analyst expectations, and it's not just one specific right or wrong one. And again, for people who might not be super familiar with it, they might think it's just one, but it's multiple varied expectational numbers here. Again, if we look at Bloomberg, which is another source, 0.4% is what's expected for core. Base is expected at 0.2. So I mean, again, it varies. Last time was 0.4. CPI is tomorrow. Yeah, so CPI is coming out tomorrow, guys. Tesla ripping up. Market's still moving up here. We took a little bit of profit in this. We will sit. Is there a chart where you can see historical IV? I don't know, man. Tesla at 187.20s here. So we're still holding a little piece. We've already taken profit on it though, so we're not super worried about it. Yeah, I got you, David. If I need something, brother, I'll definitely reach out, man. But yeah, we're pulling back on Tesla at 187s here. Dixie trying to move up too. Carvana still going up, really? Yeah, Carvana. I don't know. The question regarding Carvana, I think dollar index breaking high, so that might influence the market negatively here. The question regarding Carvana, I think, is this. Okay, so I think what we have to look for in terms of Carvana is what is the likelihood that this is going to survive long term. Is the question. If you think they're going to survive long term, then maybe they're a dip buy here. Maybe they're cheap right now. I don't know. I think there's risks of Chapter 11 and Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So I think there's bankruptcy risks here in that regard, especially with how much they've lost in terms of value over the last year. They've gone from $114 all the way to $350s, all the way to $930s right now. So Carvana has had a very, very, very tough year. in that regard. I don't know if they've already filed for Chapter 11 reorganizational bankruptcy or not, but Carvana has had a very, 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 very tough year. And so when a company has a year like they've had, there's obvious bankruptcy risks. And just be careful. Like one of the common themes of the market to really understand, guys. And again, I'm not hating on penny stocks, but like a lot of the stocks that have the biggest following. So a lot of the stocks, if you're a new retail trader, listen to what I'm about to say. Okay, a lot of the stocks that you're gonna hear other people promote. So they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm buying this. Buy this. It's the greatest penny stock ever." They're gonna say, "Oh, I'm buying this. It's so cheap right now. This thing's gonna go crazy." Say, "Oh, I'm buying ABC penny stock. It's just the greatest company ever." They're gonna motivate you. They're gonna pressure you to buy it. The stocks where that is the most common are terrible companies. Terrible companies. The reason that's common in terrible companies is because the companies that's happens to, the companies the companies that you see are being promoted in that way are generally companies that have had big falls from grace. They're companies that have generally gone down huge percentages over medium term to long term, in which basically the reason you're hearing that is because people are really emotional about losing on those stocks, right? They're just down so much. You buy something at $100, it drops down to 10. You might try to encourage everybody to buy it to try to save your stock because you don't want to lose that much money. You want it to rebound back up, and you have dreams of it coming back up. I'm not saying whoever mentioned Carvana, I'm not saying that. I don't even think they're holding it like that. I really don't know. So I'm not talking about anybody specifically here. I just think new traders have to understand, like if you're new and you enter the market, you might hear traders call out a lot of these different tickers and symbols. It doesn't mean they're good. In fact, the ones that you hear people call out the most are usually the worst stocks to put money in because again, they're just down so much and there's no extension in penny stocks. Uh, yeah, maybe Russ. That could be why they're moving, bro. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's just the truth. I'm just trying to help traders. I really am. I don't know what's going to happen in the market, guys. Really don't know. But anything could rebound back up. I really don't know. Man, maybe we should have sold this last little piece on Tesla. I might add to this dip here. We'll see. Should I add it back? We got the cushion. I guess we will. 25 shares of Tesla. We'll see if that one rebounds back up. We're just kind of having fun. It's just a small trade. There's no real numbers released today. Well, yeah, there's a ton of examples of it. Party City, BBIG, CEI, SOS. These are all companies that I've seen people come here pump up. MVIS. These are all companies that I've seen people come in here pump them up. A lot of them will argue with me too. Like I've had people argue with me about like why I won't buy specific penny stocks, and they'll argue and they'll argue, and then over time will prove me correct, and then they'll just kind of go quiet. And because they've lost so much money, it hurts. And that's the thing. You just got to be careful here. Is Alibaba a buy? I don't know. It's never a buy for me. The reason I don't want to buy Alibaba is just because I think there's economic risks. If you don't know what happened with Alibaba, right? So Jack Ma was the CEO of Alibaba. I think he's still the CEO, but basically he said some really critical things to the government over there, and they basically came in and took his company, a large. So he owns much less equity now, and so I don't know. I just think there's risks. It's too volatile for me to put money in ever. So I'm not going to put money in there. It's just too risky. Anything could happen there in that regard, and so. All right, so we are pulling down a little bit on Tesla again. Luckily, we're green already. Won't be buying Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean, I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know. The problem with Bed Bath & Beyond is that I just don't trust the business. Regardless of any squeeze, potential, or hype, or whatever story people are trying to sell regarding Bed Bath & Beyond, the main problem there is, what's the fundamental future look like of Bed Bath? Like, genuinely, like, what are people betting their money on in terms of like company health for Bed Bath & Beyond moving forward? Like, I've been in Bed Bath & Beyond recently. It's a ghost town in there. A lot of the products are sold on Amazon now. And so because of that, I am just incredibly hesitant. All right, we got a nice little pop back up. Hey, look at this. We're going to go ahead and take some more off there. Lock it in at the top. Caught the bounce again. We've been pretty accurate with these little bounce dips. Small trades, of course, but like, hey. Yeah, for sure, TF. And so I like Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm rooting for it. I'm just not confident in the long-term health of it. Nvidia's all right. But again, Nvidia's just up too much for my taste right now. It's just up so much over the last look at Carvana breaking ice. It's just up so much over the last, you know, 6 months for Nvidia. Oh, can y'all not hear the music? My bad, team. Here, I muted it. There you go. Should be back. But yeah, it's just up so much that I just got to be very careful with it. Tesla at 187s. So yeah, Tesla's just up a little bit too much for me. Again, maybe I'm wrong here, but so hey, has anybody here used Capwing for editing? And if you have, what do they automate with regards to editing? Like, what do they add for you? Like, to be honest, the platform looks just like a normal platform. So like, what is the automation here? I guess so. Like, how do they edit? So yeah, I'm looking at they say Filmora, and I use Filmora, but where's the AI part? How do you use AI on Filmora? Speech to text, silent detection. Oh man, that's dope. Edit. That's cool. So sorry, I'm looking at these editing AI softwares. All right, so in Tesla, bought the dip, just kind of sitting on this now. I might add it right back, but I think the more times I do this, the less likely it is to continue working here. Yeah, so I'm looking at a AI video editors. Carvana breaking highs. Look at the SPY still moving up here. I'm trying to look at like Apple to see how this influences everything else, but y'all can hear the music now, correct? You should be able to. Let me see. Edits. Okay. Titles. There we go. Put this up. All right, guys. So Tesla looks like a flag here. Again, I don't know if it's going to continue. Look at the SPY heading back up here, back up to 410s. And so kind of interesting dynamic. Like one of the things I'll see is, again, I see a lot of people making bear short predictions. And that's fine. Maybe y'all are right. I don't know what the market's going to do. But I see the market rip up big percentages and then do a slight pullback on a day. And then the bears come out and they're like, see, haha, I told you so. And then the market rebounds right back up. Again, I'm not saying we're not going to crash one day, but well, I'm going to be patient and wait for that to happen. Who knows? We can hear it. Good. mRNA. I don't know about mRNA. This BBU, I sell popcorn. I don't know, man. But yeah, we're starting to move up for Tesla. I'm going to give it time to just run back up. We'll see. I want to give it time. All right, guys. So we're still in Tesla. Again, I'm trying to be patient with it and let it work. AMC ripping up big. What else we got? Look at the SPY hit 410s now. Still moving back up. Hey, what's up, Bernie? Run up on tech earnings. Yeah, well, tech earnings start next week. We don't really have anything this week for earnings. Thoughts on Disney? Disney over 100, basically at 101s right now. Again, for me, in my taste personally with Disney, a little bit too expensive for me. So yeah, a little bit too expensive for me there. At 101s right now, they're still holding. Look at the SPY rip back up here. So the market is running back up. What's the bot called? You know, again, no offense, but just don't want to. Too many people try to just freely plug their Discord, so it's all good here. But what's the bot called? Not the Discord. Yeah, we'll see if the market runs well. I don't know. SPY looking strong right now. Tesla lagging behind it a little bit. Apple still around 162, not looking the strongest. Microsoft still very weak. Microsoft's just up so much. Walmart at 151s. So, yeah, Bitcoin dumping over 30K or ripping over 30K. Yeah, all the good stuff is a little bit too expensive for my taste here, in all honesty. It's just too high. It's just too expensive. Yeah, no, you're good, MVK. I'm not saying you're trying to show, brother. I guess what I'm trying to ask is what's the bot called? The bot specifically. Cynthia. Okay, got you. Is it an add-on to Discord, MVK? How do you add it? And she does art? So I'm looking at it, it says music bot. Yeah, I'm looking at this. It says it's a music bot. Or maybe it's Cynthia. Oh, here it is. Cynthia. Do you have to pay for it? Hey, nice. Are you looking at the Twitter? No. Yeah, so do you have to pay for it, I guess is the question. Like, is it paid or like how does that work? SPY still ripping up at 410s. Yeah, again, I'm a little bit hesitant to buy up stuff right now. I don't know what to buy. I think things are just a little bit too expensive for me. Still pulling back. Yeah, I appreciate it, MVK. Thanks, man. Yeah, no worries, dude. Again, I'm just kind of looking to see what they offer here. Now, looking at our poll numbers here, does the market close green today? 68% say yes, 32% said no. So, innovative eyewear launching Chat GPT enabled smart eyewear. Interesting. Man, we are in the future for sure with that type of stuff. All right, so Tesla pulled it back a little bit. We've made enough money from this to where like we're okay, and we can let this work and see what happens with it with the longer range, and maybe hold it throughout the opening bell. I don't know. We do a poll every day. I mean, it's wrong a lot, and it's not supposed to be accurate, though. It's not like it's supposed to predict exactly what's going to happen. We're just looking at sentiment, and so of course, like the poll's not going to be right a lot of the time because most people are, you know, bullish, bearish, and you know, it's based off of their own positions. All right, so Tesla's starting to back up a little bit. I could add some more to it. I don't think I necessarily need to, though. Yeah, I'm trying Dream Studio, but again, it's just not working. Oh, now I see. It gave me a background. I think it costs money, though. Not enough credits, so I have to buy credits to use it. That sucks. But isn't that the same image that I have? Let me see. Yeah, it's the same background, bro. Bro, I can't get Dreamweaver to work for anything. It just gives me the same image. All right, Tesla's still right at the volume weighted average price. And so we'll see if we bounce there. Look at this website, pic of me. Look at this. um, it actually did a pretty good job of cutting out some stuff. But the problem is, like, okay, outside of this, how do I use it for other stuff? Bro, I don't care that much about profile pictures. Tesla bouncing back up. It's at 186. SPY pulling back down under the 200 EMA, under that 410 psychological level, as well as the 200 EMA. We're actually pushing back down towards the volume weighted average price now. So I'm definitely the top 3 greatest looking traders in the world right now. Everybody knows that to be true here. I mean, that's just an obvious thing here, you know. Mandalorian, yeah. The market volume has slowed down a lot, though. Also, guys, y'all do me a favor. Go give me a subscribe on Twitter if you haven't already. It's twitter.com/beginnertrades. Help me grow on Twitter. We are trying to grow that. So if you haven't already, give your boy a follow. Who are the other two? Whew. I don't know, man. All right. Hold on, guys. All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. But again, SPY right around the volume weighted average price. Tesla at 186.60s. So BBBY finally announced bankruptcy. Did they really? Here. Let's take a look. Venco Ventures. No, that's BBIG. You said BBBY, right? All right, so yeah, so news out for Bed Bath & Beyond recently dropped. They announced that Institutional Shareholder Service, a leading independent proxy voting and corporate governance advisory firms, recommends that they vote for all proposals detailed. They noted the following: the risk to shareholders of non-approval is specific and severe. The reverse stock split may enable the company to raise sufficient equity capital. The company has not demonstrated imprudent use of its authorized shares in the past 3 years. So yeah, interesting. We can look at Bed Bath & Beyond here to see what's going on with it. There's BBIG, or not BBIB. There's Bed Bath & Beyond. right, guys. So Tesla pulled back down to the 200 EMA. Hey, thank you for the follow on Twitter. I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This one, it's just looking sketch. Yeah, so I had a company reach out to me just now and try to get me to promote specific companies. And they said, we run brand awareness for publicly traded companies that are looking to tell their stories to the public. So we are looking to bring on influencers to create content. Again, what I'm going to respond to them, which I'm responding to right now, I apologize. I just don't promote specific companies in that way. Too much risk and just goes against the ideology of my channel. Good luck on your business, and thank you for reaching out. You know, again, I just taking money from a company to promote them. It's just not really what I want to do in that way. You know what I mean? Like taking money from like having a company pay me to promote them and then using that to like tell my subscribers that this whatever company is good is just not really what we're trying to do on beginner trading. Yeah, that brings me to my next point. Download Raid Shadow Legends right now. No, all good, man. No, I have sponsors, bro. Listen, I get paid here. You know, I get paid running this channel. I'm not spending 4 hours of my day plus out of the kindness of my heart. You know, I would love to be like, yo, I'm gonna get out break even here. I would love to be like, hey, I'm doing this. Like, I'll put it this way, right? I'm not gonna say names, but like, you got some YouTubers, really well known, specifically penny stock trading YouTubers, that are all like, hey guys, I don't even trade anymore. You know, I made millions doing this. Mostly he made millions from selling courses, but I made millions doing this. And so I don't even trade for my own benefit anymore. I just like helping people. Now buy my course for $3,000 right now. You know, I just like helping people. Look at my money donated to charity, which was only donated to look good so he can market his courses. Again, I am such a great trader, you know. Buy my penny stock course right now. I'm not trading my own money because I just like helping people. It's like, bro, shut up, dude. You are so full of crap. Like, dude, nobody is spending hours and hours and hours of their day here because they like helping people. Okay? Especially not somebody selling a penny stock course. If they liked helping people, they put it all out there for free and wouldn't charge for any of it. You know, if they're selling a course, they're in that to make money 1,000%. At a certain point, it's just laughable, you know, but people fall for it, man. You know, does it really? A Chael Sonnen bad guy wallet. I like Chael, bro. And people don't like Chael Sonnen. Wednesday CPI good or bad? I really don't know, bro. It's not Ross. It's not Ross. All right, Tesla down. Maybe I could add more. Bed Bath & Beyond starting to break down here too. Spy at 409.80s. I'm not gonna. Yeah, y'all do me a favor. Hit the like button. Look, I'm not gonna mention names, V. You know, but what I will say is that a lot of you got some penny stock traders, right? Some penny stock influencers and YouTubers that what they're really doing is they're front loading into sketchy low float penny stocks. And then they are using their community of traders, whether it's Discord, whatever community they have, and they're using that community of traders to pump up these very low float penny stocks that they have front loaded onto ahead of time. So they basically front load ahead of this. They front load into obscure low float pennies. They announce to their following, "Hey guys, I'm buying up ABC penny stock," and then all of their following just floods into that sketchy penny stock. And because it's a low float stock, the stock ends up going up. And so maybe they bought 50,000 shares of that 30 minutes before they made that announcement to everybody that they were buying it. And say that stock goes up and they make 30K from it, 40K on it. Then they take a picture of their profit and they say, "Hey guys, look at me. I'm day trading penny stocks. I made 40K today. Buy my trading course based off of that profit." And so they're manipulating the market, pumping up stocks, making money from front loading into sketchy penny stocks and pumping them up to their following. And then when they make money from it, they're taking the profit that they make and they're using that to give them credibility so that they can sell you a shady, sketchy penny stock course that is mostly built on publicly available content. And then the people that are buying those courses are so wrapped up in spending so much money and they desperately want to believe that it's real. So they talk about it like it's the greatest course anybody's ever seen. That again, I'm not going to mention names, but yeah, that happens. Not going to mention names though. And so yeah, some of them might make a lot from trading, but it's not in the way you might think they are. All right, guys, market's trying to bounce back up. We'll see if it actually holds now. We're going to get ready to trade some futures today. All right, so let's get ready, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't really trade penny stocks a ton anymore, so like I don't really need to I don't really need to make those rants because most of the people here aren't falling for that stuff. But like that's what happens. And again, people are so wrapped up in wanting it to be real. It's still real to me, that they just kind of ignore common sense. If you think that it's easy to make 30K day trading penny stocks, it's not. You know how much risk is involved in that? Like, think about low floats, man. Low floats will dump on you. They'll get halted. They'll do volatility halts. They will get hit with offerings midday out of nowhere. Like, putting up that type of money in penny stocks is just begging to lose money, begging to lose money. But again, people don't have that much equity. And so, they kind of gravitate towards penny stocks. What they really should be trading, in my opinion, is futures, because the futures market, as you're about to see, has no PDT restrictions. You can day trade short futures, no PDT rule. And my sponsor is Top Step. Top Step, again, you hear me rant about gurus and all this stuff. Top Step is legitimately useful, though, because, again, most new traders are going to lose money. Don't listen to what anybody trying to sell you a course will say. Most day traders are going to lose money. A lot of the day traders on YouTube lose money, and again, I'm not even claiming to be a good trader or an expert trader or anything like that, but I'm telling you, most day traders lose money. And so you can either put the money up yourself and risk thousands of dollars doing so in futures. And there's no PDT in futures. You can essentially day trade the S&P 500 in futures, no PDT rule. A lot of people think you only have to trade commodities in futures. That's not true. You can day trade the S&P 500. It's called the E-mini. This is it right here. This is the micro E-mini. And I can day trade this, no PDT restriction. I can short it. I can go long. I can use economic data to influence it. I can cover earnings and still watch earnings influence the E-mini. And so I'm essentially like day trading stocks, but there's less risk. The funded account program Top Step gives you a demo. And if you can hit the target on said demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 to 150,000 with a 90% split. Easiest way to test your skill. You almost get the best of both worlds, where if you lose the base package on Top Step, if you use my link, you get 20% off. It's like 130 something bucks a month. So if you lose, it's not the end of the world. You can reset it for 100. If you pass the testing, and again, they're going to give you a demo and test your skill. If you can pass the testing, you keep 90% of your profit once you're funded. And so it's the best of both worlds. If you lose, you're down much less than you would be if you put up the money yourself. And most traders are going to lose. But if you pass it, you're still keeping 90%. It's the most legit futures funded program in the world. It pays out millions, funds thousands of traders a year. And again, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm certainly biased in their favor because they pay me money. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor. But again, if I could start over, I would certainly use this funded account program because, again, it's just genuinely useful. Here's the link if you want to check it out. Because in futures trading, I can day trade the S&P 500 Pyro. And I know how the S&P 500 reacts to economic data. I understand how it moves with the market. I understand how it reacts to big stock earnings. I can watch like Apple earnings or Tesla earnings, and I can watch that influence the S&P 500 and then trade the S&P 500 futures contract, which again is called the E-mini, based around that volatility. Forex is a completely different animal where you don't really know how there's going to be a correlation between the Forex pairs and the market itself. And so when I'm day trading, I'm not trying to day trade Forex. Again, it's too difficult to gauge the correlation with the market itself, which is what I generally know and understand. And so because of that, I trade futures over Forex all day. As well as like Forex is a tough market because a lot of the time to trade it, you're going to need like a VPN and like all this different stuff that you got to do to trade Forex, more so than you're going to need in futures. Futures are regulated in the United States. You can use them, trade them, not worry about like having to hide your, stuff like that. You just don't have to worry about that as much in futures. And so in all those ways, I would rather day trade. Most of the time before I even traded futures, I traded the SPY, the SPY, and the SPY is basically the same thing as the E-mini. There's a few subtle differences with regards to sizing, but it's basically the same thing. Well, yeah, of course he says don't follow me. The entry isn't live. You don't know when. I guess the point is, is that, and again, I hear people say that. I'm not criticizing him. I don't know anything that he's doing. I'm not trying to say again, this is not targeting anybody specifically. But the overarching concept you need to have is that you do not know when he is buying anything, brother. You don't know when he's buying anything. He might buy things 30 minutes beforehand. If you think he's telling you every time he's buying something, again, I think that's a naive mindset. I'm not saying you're naive, but I think that's a naive mindset. I think you have to understand that he's not going to tell you when he's buying anything, brother. And so, point is, whoever might buy up 30,000 shares, not say a word about it, and then 20 minutes later, they might trade or do whatever, but 20 minutes later, they might say, hey guys, I just bought this. He might have bought it 30 minutes ago, but he's telling you he just bought it now so that the volume kicks in. Again, it certainly happens. Trading's not easy. It depends on what time frame of trading, but day trading certainly isn't easy. Market's starting to rebound back up here. We'll see what we get. Finally starting to get some momentum back up. But yes, day trading certainly not easy. It's incredibly difficult. There's no data today. If I fail a Top Step demo account, can I still get funded in the future? Yeah, I mean, you can take the challenge as much as you want. You can reset it for $100. And so if you take the Top Step challenge, lose, you can reset it for $100, start all over again, get the same thing back. You know, it's so yeah. Been trading futures for 3 weeks on Trade-Evate. Advice is if sometimes slow days are just slow, and there's no matter how hard you push the market, it's not going to be easy to trade. So sometimes slow days is just slow days, and the more you push, the harder it's going to get. Yeah, but V, like I said, I'm not trying to be dramatic. Again, I could just kind of openly criticize people and be dramatic. What I will say is that some people like that have been sued millions from the SEC and the FTC, and they've been charged millions for specific reasons. And it's not because they were just great people. It's not like they were just the great traders. You know what I mean? It's generally because they're doing unethical things. And so I get it. It's easy to like really want somebody to be genuine. And I understand, like, I try my best to be genuine. I'm not perfect, of course, but I don't sell a course. I try to tell people the truth, any affiliation I have with anything. And I just try to be as real as I can with people. And, I'm trading on Quant Tower. What's the difference between trading a E-mini and trading a SPY option? Well, SPY option is a contract, and futures contracts are there as well. But futures are more like day trading stocks. Look, I can buy market, buy bid, sell bid, buy ask, sell ask, flatten, reverse, break even, cancel orders. I can influence my sizing. The main difference between day trading stocks or shares and futures is just the sizing. Like one contract of the micro E-mini will give me roughly 125 per tick up and down. If I have 5 contracts, whatever the math is, 125, it'll be 625 per tick up and down. So if I have 5 contracts, it'll be $6.25 in profit or losses per tick up and down. So the only difference between shares and this is sizing. Yeah, tomorrow CPI. Yeah, market is slow. Or not slow necessarily, but it's definitely not fast. Tesla all the way back up to 187s here, still ripping up. Market's flying back up to 410s. Could have held Tesla a little bit, but it's all good. We made money from it. That's about as much as I can ask from it. Um, well, let me download this link. There we go. All right, bear with me, guys. I'm going to mute the music real quick. Yeah, we'll see the market pull back. Maybe I could buy it. So again, bear with me. Muting the music real quick. Let me check this out. Working on editing something real quick. So. All right, guys. So yeah, market's pulling back. Again, we'll see if we bounce. We only have about 13 minutes. Slower day. Tomorrow, the volume should be heating back up. PPI, CPI, inflationary data. So it'll be a big influence over markets over the next couple of days. I'm hoping we go up, man. Again, I'm tempted to buy a little bit of a dip in futures here, but I don't know if it's a big enough pullback. I'm starting to move up to test these levels. Still moving up. Again, if we get another larger pullback, I will buy this dip, but it needs to be a little bit more. If we break highs again, I think we're just a little bit too strong in that regard. I think I just got to chill and wait here. Be patient. All right, guys. So let me see where the highs are. So I think the highs of the day today on the SPY itself are right around up here. So this is the high of the day right now. Let me draw a line here so we can watch this. Are we getting that pullback? No, not yet. All right, guys. So yeah, we're consolidating around the highs of the day here. If you need help editing content for your channel, let me know. I have some skills. I don't really need editing help. I was just gonna see if I could get AI to outsource it. If you need help, here comes your 5-minute entry. I don't know, man. It's not large enough of a pullback for me to really be interested in this yet. So it's not large enough of a pullback necessarily. Quant Tower is okay. People on Fiverr have honestly been terrible. for me. Like I've had people on Fiverr who have asked to edit it. I've had some people on Fiverr who I've asked to edit some stuff for me, and they're generally just really bad. Like again, I had somebody who I was like, "Hey, I need this video within the next like 12 hours." And so if you can edit, it was a short video, it was like 5 minutes. I was like, "Yo, I need this in the next 12 hours," and they were like, "Okay, I got you. Yeah, we can do it." He was like, "Do a custom order. You got to pay me more for it." So I ended up paying him more for it. And this was like a highly reviewed guy. I ended up paying him more for it, and he ended up sending it to me like 36 hours later. You know, uh, and I was just kind of like, dude, like, why tell me you're gonna get it to me in 12 hours? Like, you just kind of messed up my content. And they were like, oh, bro, And so a lot of them are overseas, and they're just kind of they want money, and so they're just trying to, get whatever money they can. And I'm too nice about it sometimes. Like, I ended up just not even leaving them a bad review and just kind of forgetting about it because I felt, I felt bad for some of them, man. I want them to, do well, but they just can't lie to people, and so it is what it is. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. I don't know. Fiverr, I haven't found anybody consistent enough. Really, if I need somebody to edit videos, and I kind of am looking, but when I need somebody to edit them quickly, so I need to be able to send somebody a video and have them edit that video within a couple hours and get it back to me. Still consolidating up here. Yeah, maybe I got unlucky. Yeah, volume is very light right now for trading. Wow. How long until AI bots open Fiverr accounts, bro? I think that's gonna happen eventually. Hmm. All right, guys. So again, chop it up there. We're trying to be patient and wait, but um, all right. So we're getting a little dip again. I need a little bit more than this here, team. I'm seeing views fluctuate like in a really weird way on my channel. I don't know what's going on in that regard. Views going up and down and up and down. I don't know what's going on. It might be either a glitch. Are we lagging a little bit? It's also possible that we're hitting a lag. Uh, Yeah, I told my daughter if she edited it because my daughter's done some projects for school. I told her if she edited the videos that I would pay her a little bit more, um, but yeah, we just didn't end up doing it. I just don't know if she has the editing skills that like I necessarily need. And so yeah, like she knows how to edit with like iPhones and stuff, but I need like full on editors. So you know, we'll see. Like I need an editor that'll be able to do it quick, and so the only good thing is that if I did get my daughter to edit, I could probably pay her and write it off. You know, so I could probably pay her to like write it off and stuff like that. But I don't know. It'll be something that I have to think about. What do you guys think? Because I really look at Apple moving, man. We got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. All right. So here's a little bit more of a pullback. I could buy this. All right, guys. Um, give your daughter the bag. Yeah, maybe, bro. I don't know. I'm a Final Cut Pro editor. Out of curiosity, what does one earn editing a 5 minute video on Fiverr on average? I paid him like $60. Um, which I mean, if you're an editor, guys, you guys know like I could edit a 5 minute video in freaking 20 minutes. So it would be essentially $120 an hour editing uh, a video. or it would essentially be $180 an hour. I mean, editing a video, which is pretty good. Like I paid him well, but again, and maybe I just got the wrong one. I just need somebody that can do it quickly, and that's harder to find. A lot of the Fiverr guys, like the big ones that are actually good, they're getting so many orders in that it's very difficult for them to do it fast. And so, really, I need an in-house editor. All right, we might buy this little dip right now. I'm going to buy 3 contracts here and see if we can get some good momentum heading into the open. So we bought 3 contracts. Nah, I'm all good, man. I don't want to do a contest. Well, it doesn't matter that much, brother. You know, uh, all right. All right, pull it back a little bit. Again, I might add a little bit more to this. All right, there is 5 contracts. Try to take larger size if you guys haven't noticed. I am trying to take larger size. And yeah, we'll see if we get this rebound bounce. We're in this. We're trying to be patient and wait for it, but we are in it right now. Let me see. There we go. Okay, that's right. Again, we'll give it time to bounce. We got 3 minutes here. 3 minutes. Again, we're right around break even. I don't mind losing a little bit more. I do have to take a little bit larger size with regards to this. And so about break even now, starting to push back up towards where we originally entered. Slightly green now. Starting to move back up. We'll see if we can tap highs. I don't mind taking a little bit of this off heading into it if we can get enough green in it to make it worth my while. Again, we're pretty close to that spot, but all right, guys. Nice rip up. We will take 2 of these contracts off because we can. Locked in a little profit there. I might want to start doing something else besides market orders. Put the ask price in, see if that gives me a better fill. There we go. We got that locked in. Right around the high of the day. Looks like that got filled, so we're green, and we'll let the rest work. See if we can get a little bit better movement there. All right, guys. Opening bells pretty soon. We got about 45 seconds. Got a little bit of a pullback. All right, testing highs. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. All right, there's the market open, guys. Or here's the market open. Rip it up. Bullish action into it, and then big pullback. So market opened up, pulled back pretty fast, and then it's kind of retracing back up. All right, guys. So we did have some upward action here. Let me see. Let me find out. All right, so we cut the trade here. We got a pretty large pullback. I don't know if we're going to buy this dip up or what we're really going to do here. This is the wrong music to play during that video. All right, guys. So yeah, pull it back a little bit. Large pullback. Looks like cutting it was the right move there. All right, we're gonna get the music playing. Look at that dip at the opening bell here, man. Wow, big pullback here, guys. Big pullback. Look at that dip. Wow, man, that's a huge drop. All the way down under 410s now, under the VWAP, under the 200 EMA. All right, still pull it back heavily, guys. Pull it back heavily. Again, we got some time. Will the market hold up for CPI today? Let me know what you guys think. We're testing that low down here right now. So we got that low. We do have that low. We'll see if this holds. Let me save this. There we go. That should be good. But bounce it back up a little bit here. Again, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily like this. Yeah, maybe we could buy the dip. We could short, but we're right around that low down here. The only reason I'm not doing anything right now is because I'm waiting for this to hold. All right, so we got a quick little bounce back. So a little bit of chop right now. All right, so it looks like we can finally play some music here. There we go. Let me play something. There we go. Y'all should be able to hear the music now as well. Your data is super delayed. James, my guess is you probably are behind the stream. Hit the live button next to the play button. I always get people like when I cover CPI, people get behind the stream, right? So if you pause the stream or if your computer lags or if your phone lags a little bit, you'll be behind the stream, right? I remember one time we covered the data at 8:30 and then at like 8:45, somebody was like, bro, the data's been out for 15 minutes now. Why are you just reporting it? And it's like, no, you're just delayed on your stream, bro. Hit the live button next to the play button so you'll catch back up, man. But yeah, market started to rebound completely. Red to green moved pretty quickly at the opening bell today. We're right at 410s. Yeah, James, tell me you don't understand the internet without telling me you don't understand the internet, brother. It sounds like you're about 2 minutes delayed on the stream, bro. So you're probably just now realizing that you're wrong, sir. And we trade the E-mini, the regular E-mini and everything, man. So also, guys, micro E-mini was starting to bounce back a little bit, moving back up some. We'll see if it continues, but yeah, we are starting to bounce back. Yeah, we're a couple seconds delayed, but every YouTuber stream in the world is a couple seconds delayed. It's never going to be exact just because, there's rules against that. Tesla breaking highs. Yeah, market rebounding big. Tesla ultimately helping drag the market back up some. At 188 right now for Tesla. 188. Still heading back up. Micro E-mini moving up. Again, we'll see if we do a red to green move. You can kind of see the U-shaped breakout pattern. What we're trading right now is the futures contract of the S&P 500. So you're saying 2 bars. What's the time frame between each bar, James? If it's minutes, then yeah, we're definitely not 2 minutes delayed, sir. I'm gonna buy a couple contracts of this. We're up a little bit today, but not a ton, and we're gonna buy a couple, maybe 3, 4 contracts of the E-mini. See if we can catch a rebound back up and break highs. Tesla has been incredibly strong. The only problem is that Tesla might. It's up so much it might pull back some, but we're gonna wait and give it time. About break even in this trade now. We'll look to build up a cushion first, and then swing a little bit heavier into that cushion. All right, so we're down a little bit. Markets is just giving me chop. If we break the low of this candle again, I'm going to cut it. Because so far market's just giving me chop. And again, Tesla might pull back a little bit. It did. So just not the most confident. Yeah, maybe a little bit early to take any trades. But tomorrow we have CPI data, Cal, which is the biggest report we do here. So tomorrow will be chaos. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut this. We tried to take a trade, but getting chopped. We're going to have to wait for the range to break. So far, we're doing the same thing. The market might be a little apprehensive. Yeah, so again, we're sideways right now. All right, so yeah, guys, inflation. Whew. Expectations are between 5.1 and 5.2%. We're also going to have a video debuting later on today after this stream where we talk about basically the full thing to expect tomorrow. So we got a full video detailing what we got going on tomorrow. So just be ready for that. There we go. Market very sideways in a middle range. There's just not really much to do here. All right, so market's still testing the lows. Tesla pulling back to the VWAP. Market pulling back, testing lows. We could buy a bounce. Tesla breaking back under 187s after ripping up over highs. All right, so breaking lows here. Again, I don't really. We kind of been in middle range here, so I haven't really wanted to take any positions based off of this. Yeah, I don't know if anything's pulling the market up. I think I don't know. Maybe it's inflation. Expectations are between 5.1 and 5.2%. And again, Tesla breaking lows here. I might start shorting the market now if we get a little bounce here. I'm going to start it off with one contract here, just in case we don't bounce at all, which is possible because Tesla's testing that low level. But if we do bounce, I'm certainly going to add to this a little bit here and try to catch something. All right, so there's the bounce that we wanted to catch. Maybe we started this a little bit early. We're going to take 4 contracts here. Maybe 5 if we get it. All right, so that's probably the last ad we're going to do to it. Again, we're trying to scale up our size today, but it might not be the best day because of inflation data coming out. All right, so pulling back down here, a little bit sideways now. All right, so we bounced right off of that previous closing price. That could influence it. All right, consolidating back and forth here. I got to be a little weary if it breaks this high up there. So we are going to be careful if it breaks that high. Pretty sideways and flat. Ideally, I'd like to see it continue breaking down, but we are getting kind of choppy neutral action. We're pretty break even now. We'll go ahead and cut it. Oh, dude, I just doubled my size. I have to cut that fast. Accidentally doubled my size there. But yeah, luckily we're trading micro, so it's not as big of a deal as you might think it is. We're down 80 bucks, so it could be worse. Oops, minimize the screen accidentally here, guys. Bear with me. Let me put the screen back up. There we go. All right, but yeah, we're down like 80 bucks. Could be worse. I don't like this here. We might take another position based off of this upwick and just bet on some downward trends, but all right, so slightly green here. I do want to give it some time to really break down if we can. So nice little flush. We'll go ahead and take We were about to take a piece of it off, but it retraced pretty fast. Now, I'm really trying to get used to 5 contracts in the micro, so bear with me while I do. Still green in here, but not as much green for sure. That's better again. So we got the breakdown back down. Let me push this to the back. There we go. We got a little wiggle room now that we could be loose with the rest. Are we frozen? There we go. Okay, we're moving. So we are short here, by the way, guys. Now we're a little bit break even here. I want to give it time to consolidate back and forth, but again, if we confirm a choppy trend, what's pushing back up right now is Tesla. So I got to be very hesitant here and try to let it work, but we are getting another choppy day at this point in time. Pretty flat. Yeah, Tesla, I'm going to get out here. Tesla's starting to really reel back up here. So I really have to let the range break at this point. We tried to take it a few trades, but it's just so choppy. Honestly, that it's so hard to make money on that. We'll see if we break down more, but Bed Bath & Beyond, what's that doing? Yeah, I mean, I do accidentally double my size occasionally. But again, it's all good, man. Again, I didn't hold it, so I doubled my size accidentally, but I cut it pretty fast. So I mean, you know, all good. Happens, to be honest. Traders know it happens. If you're trading both sides of the long and short spectrum, then it happens for sure. Again, we're kind of in this neutral range, guys, where I'm just trying to be patient here. We could look at the NASDAQ to see if the NASDAQ looks better. But we are kind of in this zone where the market is just flat. Maybe we get some good stuff, but consolidating back and forth. Just be careful trading today. Not a lot of good edge, I would say. Very neutral with regards to direction. Unless you're going to short at the top and cover at the bottom, just be careful, man. All right, guys. So again, you can kind of see right now we're really in a middle range of market activity. If you see where we opened up, if we zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see the top of that range right here. We got the bottom of the range right here. So we're really in kind of a neutral level. So again, I'm not really trading a ton. We have this upwick that I could short into, but again, not really trading super actively at this point in time. All right, so we finally got this thing going. Testing the lows here. So I could have short there. Honestly, at this point in time, Tesla and both the market itself are very choppy and sideways. And again, it is leading into S&P. Yeah, but with the CPI report tomorrow, it's probably just apprehensive trading because the market's just not really in a favorable spot today. We just don't have much going on, you know. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Top Step, a futures funded program where they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 grand up to 150K with a 90% split. It's the best of both worlds. So again, I genuinely wish I had this when I first got started trading because it would have just saved me money. The reality of it is most day traders are going to lose, and a lot of day traders are going to try to trade penny stocks and all that stuff. Futures market, no PDT restrictions, no 25K minimum, none of that stuff. You can day trade short futures, which is essentially you can short the S&P 500. You can day trade the SPY basically in futures with no PDT rule, and that's what a lot of day traders or wannabe day traders should be doing. Is day trading futures, no PDT there. Top Step's the most legit futures funded program in the world. The best way to get your feet wet. They give you a demo. If you can pass it, great. You keep 90% of your profits once you're funded. If you can't pass it, you're going to lose much less than you would have if you put the money up yourself. And so it genuinely is the best way, the smallest barrier of entry, and it's the most legit one in the world. They're a sponsor of mine, so I'm certainly biased. But TopStep pays out millions and funds thousands of traders a year. You can check them out at this link. Great way to help support the channel. How is this choppy? Okay, guys, I think some people are just trying to disagree here. Okay, like, listen, are you going to tell me that this market action right here? Let's look at the SPY. Are people really trying to argue this with me here, guys? Are y'all really trying to argue this? Okay, look, let's draw it out here. Okay, so people are saying, hey, it's not choppy. Okay, I hear you. All right, but wait, where's my epic pin? There it is. Are y'all really trying to tell me, guys, that this price action today Oh, whatever. It's not letting me draw. Hold on. Are y'all trying to tell me that this price action today, whoa, is not choppy? Make it larger here. Whatever. Are y'all trying to tell me that is not choppy? Genuine question. Because I mean, it so clearly is. I just don't know. Let's see if I can make this larger. Okay, I guess that's about as good as we're gonna get. Are you trying to tell me this? Are y'all trying to tell me that is not choppy right now, guys? You know, I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's not slightly bearish, but it's incredibly neutral right now. This is literally the opening bell. This is the opening bell right now. Yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm not the one arguing that it's not choppy. I mean, I think we're slightly bearish. I do think we're obviously we're on the lower end of the range here, but you know, Tesla very choppy too. I mean, if you look at Tesla, and again, what you'll notice is like during the big economic release days, traders are going to be more apprehensive. Tesla very choppy as well. You know, maybe we break down here. It's certainly possible. All right, finally starting to break down. Like I said, I thought we were slightly bearish, but like, whew. Okay, team. So, all right, guys, we got a premiere going live today. We do have a premiere going live today, guys, and so we're gonna close this down and cover the premiere. And yeah, I'll see you guys over there once the premiere starts. Let me make sure it starts. Finally starting to break down. But yeah, again, check out Top Step. We're going to cover the CPI up here now. I'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, guys. Be back tomorrow, bright and early. Again, so as soon as we close this down, it's going to bring you to the premiere that we got going on. All right. And again, I'll see you guys over there.